welcome to another episode of the Soul Filler podcast. Today's guest is an incredible woman. Name is Silja. Maybe I hope I pronounce it right.
Yes.
Yes. And she is so many different things, and she achieved so many things in her life so far. But now we will focus on her priority right now, and it is to
Let's say that right now my priority is to write and create and be very, very playful. And that's also why I'm moving to Barcelona, because I feel that here I can be like very, very creative, playful, and just go with different ideas. And for my personality type, just being this very, this works for me as well. But yeah, you said that I have done a lot of things, and this is super, super true. And sometimes this actually gets annoying for me because I'm doing all these things. I'm like, okay, why do I really need all these things? But then again, I'm like super excited about starting stuff. Finishing is a little bit more complicated. Staying consistent depends. I can stay very consistent with my gym routine and my health. But with some other things, I'm just starting, and then I'm like starting something new. So it's like, all over the place. So I've done I have background in translation, writing, bodybuilding, marathon running. These are like the main.
fitness modeling too.
Bodybuilding, yeah.
Bodybuilding, well, sure,
it's
but like in a
It's like bikini fitness. It's my category, not the fit model. That's a little bit different category.
Okay.
Because in bikini fitness you have like the shiny bikinis, like these crystals and stuff. But in fit model you have like the swimsuit. Well, not like a swimsuit. You can't go to the beach with it because it has like all the diamonds on it.
Yeah.
And then you have like this very long evening dress.
Oh, I understand.
So
Yeah,
this is like a little bit
really
different. And in fit model they have like less muscles, like less muscle mass. They're just like very lean and looking good. And in a bikini fitness, you're more naked and you have more muscle mass.
Yeah.
And then there are also like other categories like body fitness and women's physique where they're like even more muscular. But I'm doing the bikini fitness, which is like I think the right category for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is not the main focus right now.
No,
although I am doing like 3 or 4 times gym every week, I am focusing on my body. I'm still building it, but I'm not competing this year.
Okay.
So right now, I actually want to focus on writing, creating, and as I realized in the past month, actually, I want to work with women who are like me. So women in their 30s who are like, confused about life.
Wow.
Because that's me. I was like, okay, where the hell am I going? Why do I have so many different hobbies? And what am I actually all about? And, in this age, so very many women, they have the families, career, everything is in place. They have the direction. I am divorced. I'm like not sure
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Yay. Not sure what I want to do with my career. And also like I'm in the process of moving to another country. So I'm like, okay, I feel like all over the place. And in some ways I also felt stuck and super confused. Although actually my sister, who has almost 2 children because she's having the next baby very, very soon, and who has like a partner and career, she was like, oh my God, I feel stuck. Wow. You have everything open for you because the love of your life, this is still ahead. Your best career is still ahead, and this is so exciting. So she could reframe this for me. And I was like, the best times are still like coming. Okay, I can also be excited about this. Yeah. But I think many women, if you're like in your 30s and you don't have this direction, you might feel like, okay, you're supposed to have it. And I think this can also bring a lot of shame and guilt and like blaming yourself. Like, hey, I'm not as good as other people. Of course, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to others, but we still do. Yeah. So we can't help it. So I was thinking, okay, I would like to work with these women who want to like elevate their life and really like do something big, but they have maybe no idea what this is.
So to find their path.
Yes.
Kind of. Yeah.
And like get out of this confusion and also feel like, okay, it's okay to be this. And because of this, now I want to start sharing more honestly, also show my vulnerabilities, also show the world that I'm not like a superhuman, because maybe previously I've mostly shown my strong side, which also, yes, I have it, but I'm also crying maybe every week. I'm, going through the emotions and going through the lows. So I also want to show this side and encourage that it's also okay to have this. It's okay to be confused and it's okay to be lost, because if you're lost, you can find yourself again. It's always like, in this flow. And because of this, I'm also like very honestly showing that I am addicted to energy drinks. And
That's a part of the journey too.
So I shared this on my Instagram a few days ago, and then I came here to meet you, and you had it waiting for me ready, because it's like, okay, people are watching and they are not like blaming me for not being this 100% good eating kind of person.
You still are. Come on, you still are. I mean,
not 100%.
Yeah, sure, but you are aware. I mean, you have also that nutritionist background.
Yes.
And you're doing a lot for your body, like sports, and you are. And
Yeah,
I mean,
this is good.
So,
And my sister is very, very happy that I'm actually drinking this, because she's like, oh, at least you have one sin, at least one, because
so
I don't smoke, I don't even drink alcohol, because my body never liked it. And I also decided that I don't have to do what everybody else is doing, because if my body is saying like, no, if you drink even one glass, you're gonna be dead the next day. I'm like, okay, I want to feel good in my body, so I'm not doing it.
yeah.
So I'm not doing any of the bad substances, and I lead generally very healthy life. So I can have my energy drinks and some occasional sugar-free protein bars. So I'm also fine with this. And now I'm also like sharing more of this, because that's me as well.
Yeah.
And it's okay to be like this.
It is, absolutely, to be honest, to be authentic, and yeah. And I think that's the that magnetic thing about you. I mean, when I saw you, of course, you see that really beautiful, powerful, and very sporty and good-looking woman. And I was like, wow, and so strong also, like in training or something. I was like, wow, really, inspiring. And but I am so glad that you also share that vulnerable part too. That of course you can perform wonderful in that fitness life and coaching and so, but you're still a human. You're still a woman. You still have the emotions. It's important to express them too, right?
Yeah, and whenever I share this, I also get like more responses from other people. I get messages and likes. I'm like, oh, okay, they actually want to see this.
Of course.
Because some part of me is like, okay, how can I show that I was doing this? I'm like, I don't know. And then I share, and it's like, oh,
It
actually,
resonates
and because also, in human design, I'm the manifestor type who very often feels like isolated and detached from all of the other people.
Yeah, tell us more about this.
Because this is also like, so human design is this very interesting system that I'm now exploring in depth. I first found out about it 3 years ago. But now I'm going really deep, because it makes so much sense, and it's combining like different things like astrology, some Kabbalah or something. So the man who actually invented this in '87, so it's quite new.
Wow.
He just combined all these different teachings together.
Okay.
So it tells a lot about how your energy works, and it's also like combining all the chakras and so many different things. And I'm so fascinated about this system. And in this system, I'm the manifestor. It's like maybe like 9% of the population. So it's not the most common one.
Yeah.
It's almost the least common one. Reflectors, they are like even less common. They are like 1%. But I'm like part of this 9% of population. And that's also the only type who has like this closed aura and also like very big aura. So if I enter the room, everybody can kind of sense this. I'm like, okay, that's also a little bit scary. And this closed aura is meant to protect me, and it might either repel people and push them away because they're like, oh my God, this is too much, like, go away. And I've always had this too much kind of feeling as well as.
Or maybe you will attract more people.
And this also attracts certain kind of people. Because I think I attracted you because you're here.
Absolutely.
The people who can handle this, they will be attracted, and the people for whom this is maybe like too much, or maybe it's activating some triggers and wounds in them, they are like, oh no, go away, like.
Okay.
And that's why I also felt very detached at some point, and that's why I think also on social media I'm like, I feel like I feel like a little bit isolated from other people a little bit. So that's why at some point I wasn't sharing everything as well,
Okay.
because this can feel like quite lonely place as well. Although actually I love being a manifester, because that's also the type that is here to initiate and activate other people. So I'm here to inspire, so that's why I should actually
Sure.
share
Yeah.
very, very openly, very honestly, and just be myself. And whoever aligns with this, good. They will get something from this. And who doesn't,
It's good
they
too.
will just don't come to me anyway. So, and the main strategy for a manifestor, for example, is to inform. So I never have to ask for permission to do stuff, but I should inform people, because very often I get like this creative urge, like this creative energy is coming through, and then I'm just going and doing stuff. But often other people don't get it. So they're like, okay, what the hell is she doing? Like, why is she acting like this? And if I don't inform about what I'm going to do, they're like, oh my God, I can't understand it. And then they can't understand, they can't be aligned, they can't like follow up. So at least I should inform the people that I care about before I just go and do stuff. But the main thing for manifestors is also that very often the informing part can be hard for us, because we think that we don't want to be like put into a box by anybody. And we might like think, oh, if I need to inform, this sounds like asking for permission.
Understand.
But manifestor never asks for permission. I just inform, okay, I'm going there, I'm doing this, I'm not asking for permission, I'm just telling you that I'm going to be doing it anyway.
Yeah.
So it's also like coming to terms with this. With
That's
that.
great. It's amazing to know you for yourself, to have that connection and relationship through yourself, and also in your relationships to others, right? Because
Yeah,
it explains a lot.
I need to inform, not just very often I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go and do stuff because I don't want to explain. I just want to go and do. And very often when this creative thing is coming through me, I don't even understand it myself. And when somebody's like, okay, explain it to me, I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like doing it. I'm like, I don't know, because this is the thing. We very often we don't know. But it's also beautiful if I, accept this energy that is coming through me and I just go and do stuff, because this way actually everybody benefits and it's going to be useful for the entire world. I just have to like accept this, and this is what I'm doing now. I'm going very deep into the manifestor stuff. I'm also writing a book about it, like how to survive in this world as a manifestor. And because I also have background in health and fitness, I will also like include, okay, how do I choose the best diet for you as the manifestor? Nobody can tell you what to do, but it's how you can choose it for yourself, what kind of sport, how to sleep. And maybe once I'm done with the manifestor thing, once I have taken care of myself, maybe I can also focus on the other types and do the same, and also like putting my own unique perspective into this, like the health, nutrition, sleep, and how to like pick your best fitness routine, for example.
Yeah, also mindset and fitness, everything.
Yeah.
It's all connected, and
So I'm like creating something very, very unique, and I'm like, oh, this is so exciting. Yeah, I love doing it.
Yes, it is. And how the idea came, like about the book, about getting like going deeper to the
Like very often for manifestors, the stuff just comes, and then I say, okay, I'm just gonna go with this.
Okay.
But actually for me, I was more than 3 weeks in this Mind Valley University experience.
Tell us more about Mind
And
Valley.
in this, I started feeling like very isolated and detached. And then I kind of connected the dots that because I'm a manifestor, that's why I don't feel like super connected to all the other people.
Okay.
Because and that's why also my energy runs out. Because on manifestors, it's like you get this boost, you're like, woo, doing stuff, and then you're suddenly dead, recharge. But it was more than 3 weeks. So Mind Valley is this big self-development platform that also has it has like a mobile app, also has the website, also has the in-person events. And Mind Valley University is like the biggest event that happens every year, 3 weeks. So next year is going to be 2 weeks and in a different place. But it used to happen in my home country, Estonia. So for 3 weeks, you have more than 1,000 people coming to my city. Then we had like these full day conferences. like, and you can do like all kinds of healings and activations and listen to like these big speakers on the stage talking about energy and business and spiritual stuff and all these different areas. Also AI is a big topic there.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, there was also a separate AI event actually.
Okay, so
it's the business, the spiritual part, and also relationships and tantra and everything.
wow.
And for 3 weeks you have all this going on, plus the unofficial events, and plus just meeting with other
Connecting
people,
yeah.
and this can be a lot. So first week I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Woo! And second week, in the middle of second week, I was just, one day I had this massive headache. I was throwing up. I was just, my body collapsed. I was completely out. So this is when I actually realized that, oh yeah, I have to like be more aligned with my energy and not just, go and do all these things.
So Mind Valley is a platform for self-development, spirituality, entrepreneurship.
Yeah, I really love
relationship.
how it's really combining the spiritual part and also like the business part and more like the practical part. It's like you have like everything. And on the app you also have like, some fitness trainings and meditations and basically all the topics that you want to learn.
Yeah, sure. I followed your stories with such an excitement, and I got a little bit like some picture of it, and 3 weeks of really intense
Oh my God.
healing and development. And I saw Emily Fletcher there.
Yes.
There was also singing and parties. Not
Singing,
only
dancing, a lot of activation,
Yeah.
like activation, letting go. If you just wanted, you go to like 5 different activations and releases and meditations one day. But if you do it like every day, it's gonna be like, so much stuff is coming up. It's like this shortcut to healing, or maybe also shortcut to traumas. Because if you're like releasing and letting go, all this is all coming like to the surface, and it can be a lot to handle at once. It's like, I think for me, maybe 3 days is the maximum, and then it's like time to just go and integrate.
Yeah, and now you have also the next weeks can integrate everything that happened, everything that you find out for yourself.
It has been like 1.5 weeks since then, and I've been like integrating, going through the stuff. And my intention for this time was to just get some clarity, like about what I want to do. And this is how I also reached to this, that okay, I want to work with women who are also confused like me, and just help them reach the best version of themselves.
Yeah. Like one-to-one coachings, like events.
I don't really know how to do that, but I think maybe for me it's more about just showing myself on social media and having like
your personal brand.
online course, and also like having a book, but maybe like less no groups, no events, because because I also realized that I'm not so good at getting people together for events or groups. But if I just put the stuff out there and I inform like a good manifestor that it's here, whoever wants it can come and get it. But I shouldn't be selling like not in the traditional way. That doesn't work for me, because this is what generators do, the traditional marketing and selling. But this just doesn't work for me, because my energy is different and people don't get aligned with this. I just have to go, okay, it's here, I informed you, now you do with it whatever you want to do, I'm off. And if you need me, just reach out, but I don't need to like go and be salesy and be like, sliding into the DMs and, having all these free calls. It just doesn't work for me.
I know. Understand. Yeah, but look how, interesting it helps you also for a business, like knowing that you're a manifestor, you're human design. Where are your strengths, where are your maybe not so strength parts, so you can manage it, to use it to feel good, and also to be more creative, more productive, and to have fun, and to use your energy through the right way and path,
I'm also going very deep into one book about manifestors. I'm listening whenever I'm walking, and Barcelona is a great place for walking. I'm listening to a podcast that is specifically for manifestors, and they're also like talking about like business and how to do business as a manifestor. And for this, I also need to know that okay, I have this creative boost, and I need to like initiate, and then I have to rest a lot. So for me, learning to rest has been the biggest lesson. Really? It's like I had to like throw back and not do so much. Not I shouldn't be like doing stuff that I used to do, like, okay, work 8 hours a day and just translate and write like the whole day and do something for somebody else. It's that this is not my key to abundance.
Yeah.
And it's different for every person.
But that's a big thing for many people, I guess, because we were programmed to to perform, to work,
Yeah, because
not to rest,
because the majority of
conditioned.
people are generators who
Maybe
have like
also
they have this sacral center defined, and this is where the energy is coming from. For me, this center is empty, so my energy is not coming there, and for me the energy will run out. But most of the world is in this 9 to 5 job, kind of like work and do more cycle, and that's why I also might feel quite isolated, because I don't fit in like in many different cases.
Yeah. Now when you know it, can use it for your benefits.
I still have resistance. It's like, okay,
Really?
what does it mean to rest? Should I just I should be resting 80% of my time? I'm like, is it like I do
so many
something?
things.
It's like, do I just have to like lie down? What does it mean to do nothing? I can't be, because I'm very used to like this very active lifestyle, just going out.
No.
But actually, I'm like, okay, rest can be different things. Whatever feels like rest to me, this is rest. So I think right now I am resting, because I'm not like pushing myself. I'm not like forcing myself. I'm just spending some nice time in nice company. I'm like, oh yeah, and the sun is shining. We are just sitting in the park, and this is rest for me.
Wow.
It's not like creating something new and initiating and activating. Although maybe this podcast can activate some people, but I'm not like pushing.
Yeah.
So that's
the
rest.
point. Well, I love to hear that you see it like this.
Yeah.
It really makes me happy, because for many people it's also like being productive, creating content,
Do more.
doing more, and so.
But I think for me, creating content, this is also like a little bit like rest, because I love creativity. I love being creative. I love like brainstorming and doing that stuff. This lights me up. So this can be like kind of resting for me, because if it feels like play, it's fine. But it's also like I need to like accept that it's okay to play, and it's okay to not do the classic serious,
be productive 100%.
serious kind of work. It's okay to. It's okay if work feels like play.
Yeah.
It should be.
It should be.
It doesn't have to be like you're like doing hard work and you're hating your job. And actually, this is what I've always been doing. I'm always like, okay, I'm always doing whatever I like, and if I don't like, I just change my mindset, or change the situation. So very often, that's why I've changed my job, for example, quite a lot. Because okay, I don't like this anymore. So my last job that I quit like 1 year ago, I was in IT, corporate job in the office, and I went there because the job advertisement, it said you're gonna be working with ninjas, and I was like, oh my god, all my coworkers gonna be like ninjas, and they're like super cool. And then you go there and it's like a regular IT company. I'm like, okay, where are the ninjas? Like, where is the I was promised to have like ninjas around me. It's like, come on, where are they? And then I just the IT people is very often maybe I just had been there maybe for 1 year, and then I go to the kitchen in the morning. I'm always like, oh, hello, how are you? They're like, hello. We have known each other for a year, and they're just not even looking in the eyes. I'm like, come on.
Wow.
So at first I was like, okay, this is not for me. And at the same time, I was also doing my coaching certification. So I have.
Tell us more.
Yes, I have 3 feathers from Mind Valley. So Holobody, which is like holistic wellness coaching, and it's very much about loving your body. Then I also had the next fitness, which is like specific methodology for doing strength workouts. Then I also had business coaching.
Yeah.
So I was doing the Holobody, the first certification, when I was still working at IT. I was like, okay,
really?
I would love to go more into coaching, but should I quit my job again? And like, I don't know, stability, safety, blah, blah, blah. And then first I'm gonna try and change my mindset, and let's see what happens. So I started going to the office kitchen more and more, just to talk to people. And I was okay, this is gonna be my playground. I will practice coaching on people.
Yes.
So I started being like this, this annoying person who's like, okay, tell me something good that happened to you today. Like, tell me what makes you happy. And they're like,
What you're grateful for? And they're like,
go away. I hate my job. I hate my life. Ah. So actually, but some people did open up when I also went to their level and tried to maybe smoother questions, not like, okay, what is your goal or what's your purpose in life? And if I just go with easier stuff.
yeah.
And I was okay, that's cool. But at some point I was also bored again, so then I quit. I'm like, okay, I don't know what's going to be happening, but I want to have a more exciting life. I'm still still confused, still looking for myself.
Exploring.
Still exploring, yeah. But it's getting more and more clear what I want to do, so.
How do you feel about moving to Barcelona? I am so excited.
I'm excited because I feel very much alive here. Summer is a little bit tough and the sweat is just coming, but I will love the winter. I know I will love the winter here because I don't really like the darkness and snow in Estonia that we usually have. And I really love the community and the vibes that this city has. And this place has some kind of magic, I would say.
Yeah.
There's something here that, makes people different and makes people alive. And you can do fitness trainings here. You can do all the spiritual stuff. You can go out dancing and there's always something happening. And there's something for everybody. Plus the sea and the mountains, I'm happy.
Yeah, and culture and arts and international, so many people. I love it.
Yeah, it's very, very global community as well. And I have found my people here, so I'm
Yes.
that's my place. I want to be here. I want to be in this creative hub and just explore and play. And I think I can make this play also abundant. And this will bring in a lot of wealth for me as well. I feel it already.
Of course. And there's not that fear of the unknown. There's just excitement.
No. As a manifestor, I like to start new stuff. So I'm always like, yes, this is exciting. And everybody's like, oh my God, you have so much courage. You're going there and starting something new. I'm like, I don't know, this is cool. It's like, I don't need any courage for this. I'm just going to do stuff.
I loved what you said a few months ago when we were together on a lunch. It was like, you know what? I just decided. Decided I'm gonna move, and I know everything is just going to happen.
That's all, I think this is also very manifestor.
I love it. I love this mindset. It's the way it has to be.
Yeah.
I made the decision, and I just trust everything is going to happen the right way. I don't know how. I don't care, but I know.
Yeah. I still don't know all the details, but it's coming together now. I have a buyer for my apartment in Estonia, and even if it was painful that one of my cats died just less than a month ago, it was actually needed because I think her health wouldn't have been well enough to come here to fly anyway. So she felt it and said, okay, it's time for me to die. And actually, and she was supposed to die 4 years ago because she had big air bubbles in her lungs. She couldn't breathe properly. She had asthma for many years. And the doctor said, okay, she's gonna live 2 or 3 months.
Wow.
Then she lived 4 years.
4 years more.
4 years. I'm like, okay. So I was always I always knew that, okay, her time might come. And this all happened in very intense period during the Mind Valley stuff, when everything was already all over my head. And then I had the cat dying. I'm like, okay. But yeah, the universe also knows that I can handle that.
Yeah,
I can handle this hard stuff.
And it was maybe also a point where you were like, okay, well, now it's time to ground again, to come back to, Yeah, it's sad, of course, but that's.
And actually, the moment when it happened, I actually felt also relief, because it happened between Friday and Saturday. On Thursday, I had to make a decision and call the clinic that yes, on Monday we are coming. She's gonna die on Monday. Yes, that's the date, that's the time. And I was actually I didn't want to go to the clinic and you give your cat away and then you wait and then you get the dead cat back. I'm like, I don't want to do this. So actually I went home after this intense stay at Mind Valley, and I was just sitting with her on the sofa and telling her that, okay, we have the appointment for Monday at the clinic, but if you choose to go sooner, I respect this. And she was dead 1 hour later.
Oh my God.
She was, okay, I heard. of course, it was awful. I saw like the last movements that she made, and was like, oh my god! And I was crying like this. But
Yeah, of course.
luckily, I also had a friend with me, so it was easier.
Yeah.
And once it had happened, I was like, okay. A big load was also taken away from my shoulders. So I didn't have to play the card and, okay, this is the day you die, this is when you go. Because she chose herself that, okay, I will go sooner.
And maybe it was easier for you this way because
Yes.
to with that awareness and consciously bring her there with
Yeah, and then you just
awareness
wait.
that what is going to happen. It's like you are initiating it.
Yeah.
It's of course for her because that
She was very bad.
She
She was
not to suffer and so.
Yeah,
but
she wasn't
still.
eating. She was very, very weak, and it was hard to watch. It was like she was like not herself, and in 1 week it just went like. Whoosh.
How the connection to animals? You have two cats, and how it's changed your life? What you learned from them, from connection to them? I mean, cats are very
Yeah,
special.
yeah. As I always say that I've had 2 long-term relationships, both are like 5 years, but my relationship with my cats, 15 years.
Too. Wow.
So like the one cat that is still alive, she's gonna be 15 in a few weeks. And she's this tough, resilient, confident.
like the
one.
honor.
Yeah, and she's coming here with me.
Yeah.
So you will meet her soon.
I would love to.
So I would say that they are also like kind of my best friends, and I've lived alone for more than 4 years now after my divorce. So they have also been like very, very close to me. And Miu has been with me, almost 15 years. So she also saw this moment when my father died.
Wow.
And I was home alone. My
You've
partner
been through a
was
lot
my partner was at work. So she was the one who first came to me because I was crying, like the voice that came out of my mouth, it was like, oh my God. And she just came, okay, human, what is happening? And
Something's changed.
yeah, and she kind of like understands and she can read my vibe and she's always like there for me. So even if she's sometimes like, okay, human, I don't care whatever you're doing. The moment when I need her, she's like, okay, I'm here for you. And also when the second cat died, yeah, she was like, okay, the cat died, I don't see you. But when I went back to bed after this, she just came and slept here. She never sleeps here, she sleeps on my feet.
Wow.
She just slept here and she put her face next to my face. So I was like, okay,
Like
she knows that I need her.
support. And
Yeah, she was like just this heavy weight on my chest.
Yeah. Wow.
So she
So
can
intuitive, right?
yeah, she can sense the stuff.
So that's a beautiful relationship you have.
Yeah, and as he has got older, she's also become like softer. She's like, oh yeah, I just want to cuddle and yeah. So she's a very nice soul.
Wonderful. And she's coming here with you.
Yes, and it's gonna yeah.
So there are many new things you're planning when you arrived, going through deeper to the women community.
Oh yes, because we also want to build like something cool for women that we call princess workouts.
Yes,
So
I cannot wait.
princess is like the first level. This is like the fun kind of way how to treat your body.
Yeah,
If
thank
wa-
you for doing it for me.
Yes,
Like
and if
me.
you want to go deeper, if you want to go, and thank you
Next
for
level.
supporting this because I'm like, I'm just initiating, I'm coming up with the ideas and I don't want to do this alone.
Oh, that's great. Yes,
So it's gonna be like a movement and dance and also like the
Spiritual
inside and everything. And we,
femininity.
yeah, and we will build this. But princess is the fun part. The second level is the queen. So if you want to rule your body like a kingdom and be a little bit more serious, you can also do that. And if you want to be like this kind of this competitive, very strong version of you, that's also fine. That's the goddess level. Not everybody has to do that, but I'm also
someone
like, another thing that I've started to accept about myself is that I'm very much in the masculine energy. And as a
Why
manifestor,
do you think so?
I am.
Okay.
Because it's,
Because
direction.
doing
to-
is more
to-
than being like.
I'm like doing like a lot of stuff. But for me, for example, dance is the place where I just let go of control and where I just go and flow. And this is where I connect to my feminine. But most of the time, I'm actually in the masculine. I'm like doing. And actually, manifestor in human design, it's also the divine masculine.
Oh wow.
Because the manifestor kind of gets this idea. It's like, okay, that's the direction I'm going.
Yeah.
So that's like very, very masculine. It's like, yeah. And also like accepting, okay, yes, I love my dresses, I love my lashes and all this.
Yeah.
But I also have this masculine
Correct.
energy in me.
Yeah.
And at some point I was also trying to hide it. I'm like, okay, I need to be feminine, flowy and surrender. I'm like, that's not me. That's not me. I want to go and lift heavy and do stuff. And yeah, I had a feminine part as well. I still love to dance and flow, but it's more about masculine for
Okay,
me.
well, that's fine.
Yeah.
The way you feel is more important, right?
And I think, of course, many men are scared of me, but it's fine. I don't need a man who's scared of me. There will be
Anyway,
enough men who are not scared.
course,
So
of
I'm
course.
just gonna trust, just surrender and
All right,
trust.
so we're
She's
gonna
coming.
Yes. Well, I'm happy to do it together because I'm more into the feminine, and then it will balance everything because we need both anyway. In different parts of our lives,
Yeah.
and the doing part, the action part, the masculine part. Of course, it helps us in business and everything we want to manifest and create anyway. And then the feminine part is the resting part.
Yeah,
Just
that-
be,
which I
just
also need.
welcome on the track.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's gonna be great. And also that balance too. I remember when we met the first time to discuss the program, and I'm like like this growing around chaotic being, and then you came down with a written down program. I was like, okay, girl, you had to came here a little bit more prepared, Just like
No, it's fine because I'm the manifestor, I'm the initiator. I come with the ideas, and I need somebody who helps me to, make these ideas a reality.
do,
Because I had the ideas, I have this starting point, the structure, and now I need somebody, to make it.
who is blowing around and do
Yes.
things.
Who has the energy and who has the sacred center defined in human design.
Yay.
Because you have the motor going. Yeah.
We're gonna make it happen, and I'm so excited. And right for women too, and it's so funny how it happened. It's like in a WhatsApp group chat,
Yes,
It's like, yay.
it was just a random sentence, and I think we were going to like a kickboxing event in the evening, and you were like saying, "Oh, please, somebody else also come. I don't want to be there with all the athletes.
Yeah,
I only do princess workouts."
some kind of a princess walk, and she was like, we
Princess
need
workout.
that kind of program, And I was like, yeah, well, let's do it together.
Yeah.
You're the athlete,
Yeah.
and I need to work out. And for why for women? Because of we are cycle beings. Doesn't matter which energy it's dominant right now. We are going through our weeks, and then and the program it will be.
Yeah, in this structure, I also had like different workouts already planned based on the cycle.
Yes.
So it's already in there.
Because of the energy we have, like a little bit more heavier and things that are like more tough, and then slowly and softer parts for the slowly and softer weeks or days we have. So it will be great, and I'm so excited.
There is a structure for this already created, so I think that's the power of masculine. That's the structure. That's kind of like the framework in which you can flow. Yeah. So the river also needs like the shores, the river banks, the riverbed, the river banks. So then it can flow in there as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Otherwise, it's just gonna,
overflow.
fall apart. So there is some structure needed, but of course. But of course, I also want to learn how to rest. Okay, this is like very masculine. I'm just gonna get myself like a plan how to do the rest thingy.
Well, I think as a manifestor, you will feel it when you need to rest, because the energy is like going down.
Yeah,
like,
I was doing it yesterday.
I cannot do it anyway. Now it's time, and I allow myself to do it, and to not doing anything, to not being productive, to not to perform all the time. To just be.
I used to push myself quite a lot, also through this fatigue and exhaustion, and that's why maybe I haven't achieved all the things that I have wanted to achieve, because I'm just pushing myself through, and I don't recharge enough for the next boost, and then I can't do the boost fully. Then I'm just
Yeah, well, you know what I believe? I think that we don't achieve. I don't think that we really wanted them. Because we have those ideas. We are like maybe came from something. I'm talking about from my own perspective right now, about myself. Like I've been working on a few things, but not because of me, not because I wanted to do this, because I was someone told me that it could be great, or I have to do this, or people doing it, like the this is the way we do stuff, and then at some point I'm like, no.
But as a manifesting generator, you also have we are same in the spirit.
Yeah.
So we have this manifesting part, and this also means that you have this power to initiate, and you also have this energy to continue and initiate a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But also, I think
Too
part
much
of you, this generator part is also about like responding to other ideas a little bit. But you still have this power to initiate.
Yeah, sure.
And I think for you, it's also very important to follow this gut feeling and this intuition. Is it good for me? Because I think your energy type, the manifesting generator, this is also like, yes, you like to do all these different things, but only if you can like choose how you do this. If somebody else is like,
be forced. No.
if you're forced to like, nope, I'm not doing it.
No.
Yeah.
That's so true. I can relate to that 100%. It's absolutely true. It's like if I feel like I'm pushing to someone, like is that defense and resistance. I'm like, no, I'm doing it when I want it, like I want it. And now it explains a lot.
Yeah, I would say that I first came into contact with human design like 3 years ago, and this was actually through something else. So I was going into like, this was like a women's dance class.
Wow.
That was also like very interesting combo. So this teacher, she had she had like a lot of interest in all this astrology and spiritual stuff, but she also had like a lot of experience in dance and choreographies. Okay. So she had been like a professional dancer, and she made this cool course for 3 months where we were going through the 3 different archetypes of women,
Wow.
The girl, the mother,
Huntress,
the wild woman, and queen. So the different energies. So we had 4 different dances that we learned together, and at the end of each archetype, we also filmed each other. Wow. We're doing like a little bit of performance. You're like dressing like a girl, as a mother, or whatever other archetype we were doing. And in the very end of this course, we also did we had a professional photo shoot where you had like 4 different costumes, and you had to embody the different archetypes. Like, okay, what is this for you? And it was very different for everybody.
Wow.
For example, I think I used something as the wild woman archetype, but for somebody else that was like maybe queen energy.
Really?
Similar clothes. Yeah. So we had a photo shoot, and we also had these little gatherings, and where we just had some food and talked about stuff. And this is where she also introduced us to human design. So we did our readings, and then she was like explaining what it was. I was like, oh my God, that's quite cool. But I think, I took this knowledge with me, but I didn't go so deep into this. And just a little bit later, I started going more, okay, manifesting, what does it mean? Oh yeah, that's quite unique actually. And my energy cycles and everything, okay, this makes sense. And it came to me.
It explains a lot.
It explains so much, and there are like so many different nuances, because there are all these different numbers in your chakras and everything that are like also, these numbers might be connected or not. So there are gates and channels, and there are so many different aspects to look at. And I would also say that, all manifestors are different, all manifestor generators are different, every person is different. Even if you are in the same type, you can have like different gates or channels connected or not. You have different profiles, and there are also like 3 different authorities. So you can be emotional authority. That's my type, for example.
Okay.
So I'm emotional manifestor, so I have to, when I make decisions, I have to be in this emotional neutral state.
Okay.
Because my emotions are coming in waves, but for an important decision, I need to be this neutral emotional state. And there are also some people who have the splenic authority, so they make decisions based on the gut feeling. And then the third one is the ego authority. So there are all these different nuances for each type, and everybody's so different.
Interesting.
So it's if you go very deep into your own profile, and of course you don't have to like believe everything that you see in there, but just use it as a framework, use it as a structure to understand yourself better. Because I think for me, myself is always the most interesting topic as well. So that's why I'm doing all these personality tests and quizzes and learning about different types and stuff. And I'm crazy about this stuff.
Yeah. Wonderful. And what will be your message for all the women in their 30s, which are like confused right now, which feels like they don't belong or are looking for their, I don't know, meaning and purpose, or for that partner, or for that job, or for that, I don't know, wherever. What would you say? Where should they start?
Start learning more about yourself, raise your awareness, and this is already like a good place from which to start making decisions. Because if you don't really know yourself, you don't know what ignites you, what your traumas are, what your wounds are, then of course you're confused. So start with just learning more about yourself.
Absolutely, and all the relationships we have through other people, to like business relationship, personal relationship, everything starts with the relationship to ourselves. Yes. So yeah.
You
Thank
first.
so much for this incredible interview, for all the different shades and things you shared, and I'm so excited to see more from you, to experience more from you, and from you coming here. And thank you so much for
Thank
the
you.
energy and time.
Yes.